Okay. I just want to make sure that we are firing on all cylinders and that everything is working as it should be working, and that we're connected and that everything is fine. Please, can you please let me know if there are any issues with the live stream or with anything that you are seeing or hearing. If the sound is too low, if I'm not audible, whatever it may be. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. Drive time. We're back, guys. We're back. Apologies for last week. There was just some issues that I was sorting out for most of that week, but we are back. Back like Mkokoto, guys. Firstly, my name is George Buko and I'm your host. And this, of course, is a place where we absolutely love South African, absolutely love African football. And every now and then, we can have a weekend where both of those things are satisfied. Number one, Orlando Pirates winning a local treble, winning the league, taking the league away from Mamelodi Sundowns for the first time in, 8 years? And then, of course, on the other side, Ouaddou And Cardoso last night, who went out and won the Champions League. One of now 3 Champions Leagues that exist in South Africa. We're going to be speaking about those two. But remember, it's a very interactive show. You are able to jump on and tell me what you are thinking about the topics that we're going to speak about today. I'm going to split this into 2 hours. Now, you're going to be able to do that by joining me live on TikTok right now, following the account, and then at the bottom of your screen, there's a multi-guest button that you click on so that I can let you in and we can speak about whatever topic we're going to be speaking about here today. There's 2 of them I want to speak about. The big headline thing that we're going to speak about, the big headline is going to be, why do foreign coaches tend to win at our big teams? And then secondly, I want to do this. We're going to split this into 2. We're going to start off with Coach Cardoso. I want to know, has he earned your respect? Masandawana, has Coach Cardoso now earned your respect? And then on the next one, we're going to then ask, lastly, with Coach Ouaddou, what did he do differently in your eyes in order to win the league? Those are the 2 things that we're going to be speaking about today. But remember, the big topic is about foreign coaches within the PSL. So feel free to request and jump in, and we can have a discussion about what we are saying about these topics that I've put on the table. Now, I'm gonna start with Coach Cardoso. My beloved Coach Cardoso. What I wanted to say, guys, was I think we're taking for granted how crazy this season has been for Mamelodi Sundowns. Lucas Ribeiro Costa, who's about to get relegated, or who has gotten relegated over there in that team of his contract is ending now, but Lucas Ribeiro Costa, star player, top scorer, all of those things, leaves out of the blue in the middle of the, right before the season starts, with a whole bunch of problems. They go to the Club World Cup, where at the Club World Cup, they play those games. They don't really have a preseason when they get back. I think the league started maybe a week or 2 after they got back. You've got maybe a transfer window that you couldn't quite take advantage of because of the timing of everything that happened. And then, of course, you've got an Orlando Pirates that has had the season of their lives within the league setting, right? So a lot has been happening. I want to also put on the table that, guys, remember, Coach Cardoso is the first coach that was in this situation. The last time Mamelodi Sundowns reached the final was 2016. The last time Mamelodi Sundowns was challenged until the final day was when Ernst Middendorp did it, I believe, in 2020. Right? 2020, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. He had both of those things happen at the same time, which meant that the normal congestion that gets sorted out and then you finish the season with the Nedbank Cup was now compounded with the fact that you have to think about the Champions League, you have to think about Pirates, you have to deal with what was going on within the team. So at the time, whoa, TK, good tool. Hang on. 2016 was the last time you made a final. Cardoso has 2 of the finals. That was this year and last year. Before that, it was semis and quarters. I believe Chiefs made the final, I think 2021. So again, since 2016, there's not been a coach that had this. Even in 2016, you were not fighting a league, by the way, when Coach Pitso won it. So right now, he's sitting with all of those things together on the plate for the first time. I remember saying months ago that, guys, remember, Pirates and Sundowns are in this situation for the first time. Sundowns has not had to think about a team that's close to them in their last 5 games of the season. They have not had to think about a team. By that time, the league was usually wrapped. A reminder, it's 12 points last season. It's, I think, 23 the season before, 16 the season before that. We've had 9s. So no coach has had to go through that. And by the way, they didn't drop. Usually in the league for the last, let's say, 10 years, 65 points was enough. Once you cross 65, no one is chasing you. The record-setting season, Rulani, almost invincible, was 73. The season following, Cardoso did 73, and now I believe it's 68. It's unprecedented what happened here. So for him to go out and get the Champions League, also something unprecedented in South African football. There's only twice that it's happened. One in 1995, where it was a completely different tournament. Very small tournament in terms of the number of teams, the games, all of that stuff. Very small tournament. It was in 2016, when 2016, Coach Pitso had to come back. They had to come back through the back door, if I'm not mistaken. Teams had to fall out for Sundowns to come back into a tournament for them to win that. This man has now gone back to back, all the way down to a final, 2 seasons in a row, and Club World Cup. And competing, unfortunately, until the last day. People forget, if Sundowns won the game versus TS Galaxy, they've won the league. That's how close it was. So, the question still stands. Please feel free to jump in if you want to jump in and speak to me. Has Coach Cardoso earned your respect? Because also, I'm hearing a lot of people saying, no, you know, he was taking over a well-oiled machine. No, if you look at what Sundowns was doing before that, it was only a matter of time. No, you know, he doesn't know how to coach. He was saved by a Tebza. No. So I want to hear from Sundowns fans. I don't want to tell you. How do you feel about Coach Cardoso and his job? We're going to do that for an hour. At 5 o'clock, we're going to switch on over to speak about Coach Ouaddou with Pirates. And that question is very simple. What has he done different? Okay, Bongs, welcome.
Afternoon, Oti.
How are you, Bongs?
I'm not feeling very good.
Hey, man. Ki, what's all?
Depression in a return Pirates and Sundowns. It's depressing. It's depressing. But it's a depression, no matter. The mental institution, Chiefs.
Can I ask you something, boss, before I ask you about this one? The big topic is going to be about foreign coaches. Chiefs.
All right.
Foreign coaches, again, have taken them to 3rd place. We're watching a foreign coach win the Champions League. Watching a foreign coach win a treble. What is it about foreign coaches in our league?
No, they understand that the winning mentality. Finally, there's winning pedigree about them. South African coaches never want to compete. For example, Eric Tintler Kwane, who's going to win the league? Oh, there's a couple of mamelodi Sundowns. Instead, you can win the league. South African coaches are not thinking about winning the league. They are thinking about just surviving the league.
Do you think that it's down to them being local and being tied to the league in a way? By being South African?
Being South African means nothing. If you're a local coach, look at Pitso Mosimane. As a local coach, Okono winner Champions League 2016. And he was building a team that was feared by every team in the league. That made Bo Eric Tintler no, Sundowns is going to win the league. He was not talking about the fact that I'm a South African, I'm gonna give it to a foreign coach. Even a South African can win the league. Look at bafana bafana. Clive Barker never said that because he's not a foreign coach, he won't go and win Africa Cup of Nations. He went on and won the Africa Cup of Nations for South Africa.
But then, Bongs, are local coaches trusted? Because outside of Sundowns, obviously they've done very well with trusting their coaches. Do you think that, you know, another coach, a South African coach, would be able to bring in Bo Santosi, Bo Leone? Would it be trusted to make changes to the club? And do you think that that lack of control maybe hurts them?
It's the lack of control. If you can find someone who's a manager and not a coach, can control the finance and tell you who Obatama. And Nabi Hanatamana as a foreign coach and Obuilo for Obatama. Then Kaizer Chiefs didn't want to buy those players. They decided to buy their own players, which got them to number 3, which number 3 I'm still not happy about, because even getting that number 3 means nothing because we didn't win anything all season long.
Okay,
yes,
so then tell me, when it comes to Cardoso, as somebody who's objective and is on the outside, obviously you're a Chiefs fan, I want to ask you, how do you feel about how Cardoso has been spoken about? Do you think that there is a respect for Cardoso?
There should be a respect for Cardoso because he did what some of the coaches didn't Sundowns like Manqoba Rulani couldn't do.
Okay.
He was brought in to win the Champions League, and he delivered the Champions League within 2 seasons. He didn't come and make excuses like Rulani, or no, give me 4 seasons or what. He came after 2 seasons, he won them the Champions League. He did what Real Madrid used to do, either win the league or win the league and the Champions League or win the Champions League. And at this point in time, he went on and won the Champions League for Sundowns.
But I'm still hearing people say this was Rulani's building, Coach Manqoba's building, Coach Pitso's building. Sundowns was right on the edge. If they had 3 more years, if Rulani got 3 more years, he would have done it. What's driving that from your perspective for Sundowns, some Sundowns fans to say that?
Rulani was telling them, give me 4 seasons. Cardoso didn't say, give me 4 seasons. In his second season, he just won it. He didn't make any excuses that I have players that are fatigued and whatnot. He made sacrifices for Sundowns for them to get this Champions League. He knew that he was brought in to win the Champions League. He focused on winning the Champions League and he delivered the Champions League for Sundowns.
What do you think?
Yes,
lastly here, what do you think Cardoso did differently? And is it something that maybe, if you look at Chiefs, for example, is it something that they could replicate?
Chiefs can never replicate what Sundowns did, because Chiefs are always thinking about buying free agents and buy one, get one free. They are not even taking this team seriously. Even if they can get a good coach, after a season, Kaizer Chiefs would fire that coach and say that they need a new coach. They keep on changing coaches over and over. They don't. They are not like Sundowns, where Sundowns kept a coach even after not winning other trophies. At least he won the league. And then even if he didn't win those local trophies, he got them the Champions League. So that's why they kept him. For Kaizer Chiefs, they would be firing a coach right now, telling us that they are looking for a new coach.
What did Cardoso do differently for you to go win this that was done differently than the other coaches as you see it?
He had a focus, and his focus was to win the Champions League, and he did deliver what he promised the Sundowns fans.
Okay.
Yes,
no. Bongs, thank you so much. Masi, what is that say too? Hey, Banna.
Hi, OT.
How do you feel with that extra star there?
I am happy, OT. I am happy. It's what we've been talking about the whole season, Khuri. Let's not just claim, let's do things. Like when we say Sundowns is the best in Africa, now they are the best. They are number 1 in the CAF ranking. They've got the 2nd star. They're going to the Club World Cup. Like, you can't dispute that.
I might buy a Sundowns jersey and then say that I'm doing it for Banyana Bastyle because now the 2 stars matches the women. Anyway, Masi, how do you feel about Coach Cardoso in general for you?
I think OT, like the last time we discussed, Cardoso was brought in for CAF.
Okay.
So he should be kept for CAF.
Yeah.
But if we want to win anything domestically, I feel like maybe they should give Coach Steve maybe he's not a strong coach in the league. You understand? So maybe another assistant coach who is good for the league, because Cardoso in the league. Okay, Pirates, we saw what they did, guys. Yeah, but that's just the league. He also lost out on the other smaller trophies. So CAF, I'm happy. Cardoso did what he came here for. I feel like they should keep him, especially since Ahly is not going to be there next season. We might even get a third. Let's just try our luck, guys. Keep him for CAF.
Can I ask you then, Masi, should they be doing that? Was Sundowns that far off that the strategy needs to change locally? Because I feel like they weren't that far away. Should they be revamping then for local? And do you think that it's something that can be done to have 2 separate focuses or 2 people with separate focuses?
If it's not going to be 2 people with separate focuses, then Cardoso needs to beef up his squad so that he can have a second squad that can come in and do the business. Remember when we were talking about the team, when he gives a chance to the other players, they don't step up. So that's why you end up having Tebucho having to play all matches, Ronwen Williams having to play all matches. Sundowns has like 4 goalkeepers, but some of them, it's either they're injured or they never play. I feel like this is the time where they can bring in a younger keeper who's going to be third choice. You understand? Just revamp the squad a bit. Okay, we're seeing the youngsters. He gave them a chance in the final. But he needs to align his team to a point where he's going to have 2 teams, one for CAF and one for the local league.
Okay, Masi, where do you sit on the style of play issue? Because some people might be saying now that, okay, Cardoso won this thing, but we need to go back to the roots of Sundowns. Some people are saying you should leave. Where do you sit with this whole style of play, Shushan and Piano versus
Style
Cardoso?
of play is not winning us CAF, guys. If the style of play is going to win us CAF, yeah. But if it's not, let's stick to what Cardoso was doing, because this guy got us to back-to-back finals, not even semi-finals, finals. So, yeah, yes, that's why I'm saying maybe a second coach who can then play the Shushan in the domestic league for people. Yeah, but in CAF, our style of play, it doesn't work. That's not how the North Africans work. But now they kick you, they park their bars, they score their 1 goal, they go home. That's what we also need to do. I was happy yesterday seeing some of our players also falling and time wasting. That is not something we usually do this side, but Nabo, they must learn to do those things if they want to win.
Okay, well, okay, that's interesting. Masi, what do you think changed this year to win the Champions League? And can't that carry into our league to continue the league, maybe to win back the league from Pirates?
Funny enough, OT, I was telling my colleague, the only thing that changed this season was Pirates winning the league. So our players did not have guaranteed bonuses. So if yesterday, on Saturday, when Pirates won it, I was like, this is going to push the players, because if they get bonuses based on performance, they now need to perform. It's not going to be a thing where when we were playing against the Pyramids, where the fans are in it, Mara players, you can see they are ball watching, abazngeni, yabon. So that's the only thing that I just wish, even next season, Pirates must continue. They must not let their coach go. They must continue. They must push Sundowns. And then our players would then have to also perform. Because it's not a league that you're going to take 8-9 times without anyone saying nothing. So the only thing that changed this season was just Pirates.
Okay, no, Masi, thank you so much. Thank you for the gifts as well. I haven't been banned yet, so I don't know what's happening. Guys, please mute when you come in. I'm gonna come. Let me go to Fezile. Fezile.
Good day, good day, good day, good day, OT man. Yazi,
Banna.
Sisa blesswa, Starlight, proudly brought to you by Mamelodi Sundowns FC. Like, kuyakhanya ku-bright yonke into. In fact, man, imele ngaba sisebenzi namhlanje thina masandawana. Angazi why sisemsebenzini, guys. Nah, we don't deserve to work, guys. Yeah, but other than that, man.
Bangasho the same thing now.
Hayi 37 abame kancane sibonile ukuthi benzeni no-Obita ngithi sibonile ngithi masi we saw what Pirates did Saturday. No, I said nothing. Yes, ngibonile ukuthi ngibonile yeah akusiyimi umuntu osemuva kwami akusiyimi. Yeah, akusiyimi.
Fezile, how do you feel about Cardoso? Has he earned respect? Has sentiment changed around him? Or where's he sitting for you?
I think the moment Cardoso and I respect him, Mamelodi Sundowns was the day Tina fan were calling for his head, and Kloppy was like, no, he's not going anywhere. From that moment on, going forward, we knew, like, you cannot get rid of that guy. He has a mandate of which he fulfilled yesterday. And from there on, I think after AFCON, something changed that Sundowns started winning. That beautiful match against Pirates, MC Algiers coming forward. The only difference was good, I think, as Limazile this season was good. When injuries started coming and Nama cut and all those things, we lost our trusted players and Ukrima squad said to Limazile basically this season. Because when who's this guy? When your Silas was injured, but when your Silas was injured and all those things, we struggled a bit. But Cardoso has earned our trust and our respect, and he earned it even before we went to the final.
But Fezile, can you bond it about injuries and things like that? Have you fallen off that far?
Nah, we haven't basically. We're like 4 points off last season, if I'm not mistaken. I stand to be corrected.
5, I think.
5 points. We've been playing finals, semi-finals in our domestic cups, of which it's the same thing that we've been doing across the previous seasons. So we haven't fallen off. It's just the one thing I would say that is the difference in this season is that we have a much more stronger competition in Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they raised the bar high. And that's I would think that is the difference is shyly this season. Which Pirates were up for it, and Tina, where our legs were not up for it, they equalized on that. That's what happened this season.
I like that you mentioned Chairman Kloppy. Big risk that he took, cutting the roots of Coach Pitso, getting rid of Rulani and Coach Mangoba, bringing in Fleming Bag. What do you make of his leadership during this time?
I wanted to use a bad word, but I'll use it. The nigga has bees of steel. Yeah, bees of steel. Yeah, for a young person, he's older than me, but for a young chairman in the South African football space, for him to take such a decision, he has bees of steel. Yeah, and it paid off yesterday. It paid off. It took us 10 years, OT. 10 years. 10 hard years. 10 years of Sundowns. Atrape wonkumuntu, beat everyone, play top football from preliminary round to semi-final, and yet so near, but yet so far. He has bees of steel. He did the job, and the Don is staying.
Mina ngizwa uthi top football. Going forward, do you think that Masandawana will grow to love this football? Because there's been a big criticism, or do you go back to Shushain?
That's the tricky part, Oti, because when we now start speaking of football, when we now start speaking of style of play, it's a matter of the head and the heart. Okay. It's a war between our hearts love piano and Shushain. But the logical reason to win, the logical way to do things is Cardoso ball. Okay. So that's the one conversation that will never have an end. Because he will play Shine Piano, will love it, will not. We've played it for 8 years. No CAF. We played Cardoso ball, CAF. So it's one of those conversations that never truly have an end or a winner. It's you can't nenhliziyo kufuna into ehlukile.
Do you feel okay? Last question. Do you feel that at some point do you still want Sundowns to go back to local coaches at some point in the future, or are you happy with it being like this now going forward? Maybe Ahly nyan.
Hey, no, Al-Ahly, no, Al-Ahly is too extreme. No, Al-Ahly, no. I think at Sundowns, I wouldn't say it's necessarily about external coaches. I'd say niggas who coach each chance to do something. I don't like chopping and changing. Chopping and changing is one of the things that lead to team even further destabilized. Rather stick to one man, give him a certain period of time. Cardoso has had 2 years. Fortunately, I pray he gets a 3rd year, and that's it. Like even the next guy that comes, 2 or 3 years. This 1 year coach things, it does not work. Like Al-Ahly was confed Konamanj. Mama chopping and changing. Yeah, they fired Marcel Kochler, they had Ribeiro coached like 4 matches. I don't know who's the current guy. That's chopping and changing. You further destabilize the team because coach no coach you figure style of players funayo. I'm a player wafunayo. So change till nini ngeke spend stability. So we keep Cardoso.
Okay. No, physically. Go enjoy your second star.
Thank you, OT. Hey, thank you, OT. Sure.
Let me go to Nolusindiso. Nolusindiso, welcome. Where do you sit, man? Cardoso, what do you think of him? Guti unjani na? Where do you sit, guy?
I'm a cause for life. I'm happy for the country that they managed to win the CAF Champions League. As a Kaizer Chiefs fan, it's a bitter pill to swallow, because it would have been better if we won all of us and becomes 1-1-1-1. But yeah, it was a sad thing.
I get it. Your chance. You had your chance to Wafaku extra.
I feel like, Pella, Chiefs with decision making that are quite shocking, so we can't expect much. But with Cardoso, I feel like he did a very good, extremely job with everything and how we went with the tactical approach. He was very pragmatic. He knew that those people will come at them. So he had to do something to suck off the pressure. And with the way the boys handled, you can see that experience came as well. You can see with the attitude of the team, with Adams, because Adams had a bad performance last year's final. But you can see that he's a man now. He's a grown-ass man that he took that final, he swallowed it, and the badge carried it. So experience plays a role. And with Cardoso, I feel like the way he approaches games, it's quite calculative to your opponent. Judging by how North Africans play, they play dirty. And Shine and Piano would literally become, in terms of predictable to North Africans, because they'll be solidate at the back while you try to penetrate them with passes. So it's quite a bit good that you try to show your muscles at home. And then second leg, you try to be compact, so it was a good approach.
Can I ask you, I know you're speaking about how Cardoso maybe has changed some of that play, some of the focus, and he's brought in that experience. Did Sundowns have to go all the way to Cardoso, or was there a way to take Shushan and Piano and make it this? Did you need the drastic change?
I feel like it's all about the coach's decision. Because I feel like as a coach, you believe in your philosophy. So I feel like as a coach, even if Rulani was good, but at a certain amount, he should have at least, as coaches, you have to read the game and be like, there are certain parts where you have to compromise how you play. So I feel like his downfall was not knowing when to do something and how to do something. So with Cardoso, he sacrificed parts of the soul of the team, but in advance of getting a result. And at the end of the day, it kind of worked out.
Does he need to gain the soul back in order to win the league? Do you think that next season he's going to have to learn how to pure Shushan and Piano maybe in the league and then play his football in the Champions League?
With how Betway Premiership teams work, they are not quite attacking. So it's very predictable. I feel like it wouldn't be a hard thing for him to win the league. It's just that where are his priorities lies and everything. So I feel like how he approaches it, but I feel like I once listened to your videos this other time. You were saying that most of their bench squad players, they are not used to certain environments. So I feel like if you could just try to like gel in the bench players so they could like he would do in a certain way as he could just like try to get new players that can like keep the other players that are here on their toes just to beef up pressure.
Last question, very quickly, as somebody who's not a Sundowns fan, where does Cardoso rank now in terms of South African football for you? In terms of coaches, where is he?
Okay, before I ask, can I ask you a question after I've answered yours?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So should we count as because in South Africa he hasn't done much, but should we count the CAF and add it as well?
No, I'm saying as a coach in South Africa, CAF, League, everything together, where does he rank?
I feel like he sits on the same table as in terms of as Rulani and Pitso, because he's done quite more in terms of what the biggest thing in South Africa is getting into African continental big rooms. So he managed to get that respect out of everyone, and people who didn't know that Sundowns could literally do something. Yeah, they're a big team, but they have been chokeholding. They've been choking in every final. So I feel like he does get respect. He deserves respect for this type of team.
Okay. No, for time I'm going to jump in. Question for the comments.
Can I ask the question?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. You can ask me. Yes.
There have been Orlando Pirates fans that have been having big mouths. I want to ask, they are saying that Talent Mbata is better than Mokwena. I want your take on that.
Mokwena's better. You can't argue that Mokwena's better. He's done it for longer at a higher level. The job that he does is a little bit different to what Talented does. But in terms of that midfield, if you're gonna go player on player, Mokwena clears.
Thank you.
Okay. No, not to say before you could not to say Talent is a bad player, because they're gonna say, hey George, hey OT, you're doing this and this. He's not a bad player, but in comparison, yeah, it's tough to compare like that.
But is there a bigger gap though? Is the gap noticeable?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, you saw it. Yes. Okay. Let me not go too far. Okay. Guys, question for the comments. Where does Cardoso rank all time? Not just Sundowns. For you, where does Cardoso rank all time? I'm talking about Ted Dimitri. I'm talking about Coach Pitso. I'm talking about Kevin Hunt. I'm talking when you sit by yourself, whatever metrics you use, where does he sit all time with the Champions League in hand? Hey, Karabo, you can't just say top 10. Top 10 is a lot. Anyway, let me go to Tatia Seape. Welcome.
Hey, thank you very much. Ke comment section and everyone.
Ereke botse pele go mna to ba le Sundowns ke bona 2 stars e ko profile picturing already.
Mogotsi ntwe nga o jotsa nona ne re ntse re batla been trying since Pitso a fihla ntse a build and train. I think now it's been 16 years re ntse re ya ko Champions League. I remember Mangoba Achware. We still have a long way to go because we have to re go the semi-final, the quarter-final, so that re thole se re go the final consistent.
Do you think that change needed to happen, or do you think that Shoeshine could have been adapted? Gavin, it's not just Shoeshine or the coach that changed. Sundowns in Kile a whole different direction.
No, Tabaya Shoeshine for now. When this comes to Champions League, high bereki ho hang akbatlu bua mark, maybe more high because re ra locality team tse lo re obviously di tshaba Sundowns. But in Africa, especially those North Africans team, we just to Robe smart, just like Cardoso. Cardoso is right, especially when it comes to Champions League.
So Eriko would say the other way around. Do you think that Cardoso now has to learn Bushushaini in order to win back the league?
No, Shushaini, even Lipito Nasadal Shushaini, are honest.
Okay.
That's why Aida was successful. Mutuaila is like a rulani. But now how no now when it comes to the bigger stage, Shushan and piano they fail, they leka most of the time.
So Sundowns used to pride itself kahoba local. Do you think that they might go back to local, let's say in the next 5 years, or is this the way now? Whether Cardoso Duti Hale Chincha is no longer about son of the soil, being local, stuff like that. Or wrong?
No, we are going Serelco international. Why retlamile lowale standard? Reshebe okay, league for na yes, but the other cups for na retlamile rebele monster mentality to concentrate mubu bu clubs World Cup bu CAF bu international bu Super Cup di cup tse kaofela le yona ba ya no idlala continental what
Yeah.
ke mo Sundowns ba ipilong teng not more high. Yes, more high re tlamile re lwanele league by hugo crook, but other cups for now no, we are international now. The standard is set way. We have to keep it that standard.
What did Cardoso change for you this season? What was or since Cardoso came, what do you think has been some of the changes that it tlisitseng ko Sundowns?
The change gore not nagidi boneni. Ki change to Champions League. We are the final I2. How na coach yo aila yet.
Yeah.
Especially mo Sundowns. Nerdi bona ko North Africa bu ida bu Al Ahly. Bu El Tunis. Le rona serel mo brackets in you. Har kena ko Champions League se ba tseba re Sundowns is either it tlo tswa ko di semi-final or ko di final. Ke yona consistent re tla me kept. And Cardoso is doing well. For now, Habam kept for another 2 seasons or 3 seasons. But mandate ube clear league and Champions League.
What would you advise him for next season? What do you want to see him do better?
For now, okay, when it comes to market, most South Africa are not market.
Okay.
O tlamile a make sure dintwana tse le bo lehlaku go sebeya o di fa more game time or ba tshele le this team e lo re teng. There's no need to go market for now. Or if you release a Shalulile, a ka nna tsamaya a batla another top striker. For the midfielders, for everything, I can now mix a youth from development, lebona banang lebona, and we push forward.
Okay, no, thank you so much for joining. I'm reading some of the comments here. Look, the reason why I said Mokwena is better than Mbata, that's why I made it about more of, I think Mbata can build to that, but you can't take away what Mokwena has done currently right now. That's why I'm saying for now he clears him, because we've seen Mokwena helm the national team, hold Sundowns down, go to semi-final. I mean, he scored yesterday, for example. He's done so much as a player here, with Club World Cup, all of those things. He's been one of our top players for a very long time. So that's why Kere, for me, for now, maybe Bombata can build up to those things. I'm not taking it away from them that they're not talented. I'm not saying they're bad players, but if you're gonna compare just player on player, don't take away. But anyway, I'm still not seeing, guys. I'm still not seeing the what you guys are saying the rankings are, because remember, it's not as simple as we're speaking about. Because Ted, I believe Ted Dimitri has 4. Gordon Egerson has 4 with 4 different teams, if I'm not mistaken, or 3 different teams. You've got Coach Gavin who's got 4 league titles with 3 with Supersport, 1 with Bidvest. You've got Coach Pitso, who's obviously won the Champions League and all of the leagues up to that point. You could argue Coach Rulani, who's got an AFL and he's won, well, him and Coach Mangoba won leagues. You have to bring Coach Mangoba. I just want to know, in terms of the Pantheon, I mean, you have Coach Jose, who won, 5 trophies in his 3 years, got to a semi-final of the Champions League. Where do these people rank for you guys on your metrics? Where do they rank for you? Let me go to Tyler T. Tyler T, welcome.
Molo Mr. OT, njani?
Hi man, mina, I'm feeling starless, I'm feeling trophyless, but I'm okay. Tyler,
Progress, my brother. Progress. Enjoy progress. Enjoy progress, because if you don't, you'll compare yourselves with people who have accomplished more, forgetting what they've done behind the scenes.
Look, I mean, I'm happy with the translators, but that's a conversation for another day. Tell me, where do you sit on this conversation, Cardoso?
Where do I sit? Mr. OT, the way I look at first things first, sorry for being rude. Molweni ku panel, molweni ku comment section, and molweni bonke abamameleyo, yone. And morning to you again, Mr. OT. And sorry, afternoon go, Mr. OT. It's just where do I sit here? It's a bit tricky for me now, Mr. OT, because at the end of the day, we can't forget the progress that has been built by everyone who's actually helped regarding to his success in Mamelodi Sundowns. Honestly, I see it as a relay on my side. I see it as a relay with Pitso Mosimane starting the race and actually passing the baton to Umngeti and Rulani, and then them carrying the baton and then passing it to Ouaddou to Cardoso being the anchor, managing to actually finishing. So basically, where they sit, he was able to actually run the race He was actually able to run the race from what everybody has actually built to be at this point where they are. If I'm not mistaken, this is Cardoso's first CAF Champions League, right?
Yeah.
So
it's first one. 3 finals, first one won.
So you see, they actually needed each other. Yeah, and the Sundowns, they needed each other. They needed him to actually bring the experience of him always making it to the finals and actually not winning it. And then them actually always being there. So they actually needed each other. So it's not a thing that you can actually look at it in one dimension and saying, Cardoso did everything for Sundowns. They needed each other to actually complement each other because they were almost at the finish line, both of them in terms of their career-wise. He needed a team to actually help him move towards the finish line. And then, and the team actually needed someone to actually push him to the finish line. So basically on my side, they both needed each other.
So I like where you're going with this question. Did Sundowns need to make as drastic a change as they did? Getting rid of Abukush, Ranabukush Mangoba, letting Fleming take hold of that team, bringing in Cardoso from outside, signing South American players. Did they need to go that far? Or is there validity to that conversation that Sundowns fans have that maybe if Rulani and that old, quote-unquote, old system got 3 more years, they'd win something?
Gift of hindsight. Currently, we have the gift of hindsight.
Yeah.
And currently, on the side of Rulani, we don't have the gift of foresight of how far. Like we currently can't have like 2 parallel universes to actually see how far the other ones has actually done. So that's the truth of it. But like in terms of speculation, like on my side, I don't think people actually saw it as drastic changes. I don't understand when people say it like there were drastic changes, because if you can look at the squads Sundowns, do you still remember when they first brought in the Brazilian players and Brazilian players, you such of the likes of your Torrealbas, Jose Torrealba. You see, it's been their pattern from a long time ago, which like they've been signing a lot of South American players. So currently, the mere fact that the coach is at the helm of it, so to them it looks like it's if like he's bringing in a lot of foreign based players, but it has been like that for quite a while. So it looks foreign to them, and in terms of when they look at it, like when someone different is actually the one actually driving the ship. So, but in all honesty, it's been like that for quite a while. Abu Torrealba, from Torrealba, they went to Abu Castro. So you can see there, it has been something that they've been building up towards. And you can even check the footage, the podcast where you catch the likes of Abu Jostadlala, where they were talking about this thing, like the mandate was clear from day one when, who's this? Pitso Mosimane, sorry, not Pitso, who's this?
Patrice Motsepe, Tate
Patrice
Patrice.
Motsepe that Patrice when he walked into the helm, that this is what he wants, this is the mandate, because he even brought in a Ballon d'Or winner to be actually coaching Mamelodi Sundowns at some point. So you can actually see Stoichkov. So you can actually see it's something that they've been building towards at the end of the day.
Okay, can I ask you then, lastly, do you think there's pressure on Coach Cardoso to perform locally? Because I think, as somebody said here in the comments, Coach Cardoso hasn't played a domestic final yet. Is there pressure on him to do that? Is it even possible to compete on all fronts all the way like that?
On my side, Mr. OT, it is possible. But let's look at the helm of it. Like, it's something that I actually enjoy, like looking at this one in terms of like at football. It's actually something interesting. Sundowns has been the resisting force towards Orlando Pirates receiving the league for the past is it 3 or 4 years, and Pirates has been the resisting force from Sundowns actually taking the trophies. So basically, they are pushing each other to actually their limits currently in the Betway Premiership, and it actually pushed Sundowns to actually, if you can have a look, each and every final reason, like I'm not even lying about this. If you can check, Sundowns has lost, actually been knocked out by Pirates on majority of domestic cup competitions. They've lost finals to the same team, Orlando Pirates, and Pirates has currently lost a lot of league titles towards the only team, that being Mamelodi Sundowns. Remove Sundowns from the picture, and you can actually see like Pirates would have actually dominated. Remove Pirates from the picture, you could actually see that Sundowns would have dominated the entire thing. So on my side, there should come a time where the team learn to actually be fully dominant, like take everything that they can. Because at the end of the day, your success is only measured by the number of trophies that you have. They won't say it's like that's your success. Look at how Barcelona currently are parading their league trophy and their Spanish Cup. They're actually parading their trophies currently, and no one is actually saying to them, it's only there's no Champions League amongst them. They're currently like making mockery of Real Madrid for not winning any trophy in the past 2 years. So it actually shows you what's like it is important to actually acquire trophies, because trophies are what we measure teams in terms of.
Okay, no, for time, I'm gonna jump in for time. Ausintabi, it's not a wedding ring, Ausintabi. It's a fidget. For my ADHD, it's a fidget thing. So, so while I'm busy, because focus is something for me. Okay, Marginator.
Hey, OT, how are you?
I'm good, and you, my brother?
I'm good.
I want to know, man, where do you sit with this conversation about Cardoso?
And I've always told people, and I've always said it, Cardoso is a tactician. Whether you like it or not, he moves differently. Yeah, he's got a very different vision and outlook of the game. And also, I think Cardoso is a very good leader. You can see it in the way these boys are playing for him. You see, one thing I've learned about football players, or anyone in an environment where you lead people, they're gonna wanna do it for you. And I see these boys actually want to do it for him. And he's laid so much a foundation that they actually know that my opinion in the team matters. And that is why you'll always see that team having opinions. You know.
Do you think that Sundowns had to go down that road? Or do you think that Sundowns could have built towards maybe winning a CAF Champions League using the old structure with the old coaches and the old everything?
I always say this, what got you there is not going to get you further. It's very important that if you want something differently, something new, if you want to get to the next level, then there must be changes. Change is inevitable. You cannot be constant. Remember, these coaches, they become complacent in most cases. And this is why they are always being reshuffled. And themselves. And, I'm actually worried. Right now, both these coaches, Cardoso and Ouaddou, they are a flight risk. Very high risk. Yeah. Remember, they know that they've gotten to this point of success. Now, as Ouaddou, how do I top up a treble? What more do I do to get to the next level? As Cardoso, Sundowns, this was the ultimate prize for Sundowns. In the current of their current plan. I know they want to participate in the Club World Cup, but the goal is not to win the Club World Cup. They know that it's far-fetched for now. So how does now Coach Cardoso move to the next level with this team? And that is what coaches gets frustrated by when they get successful, because they're worried about the next thing. That is why they have flight risks now. They are very unsettled. Don't be surprised if you hear breaking news.
No, I like this thread that you're on. What type of risk does it have for the club? Because if you look at Pirates, for example, people are saying this is the 4-year, 5-year plan that is coming to fruition with this treble. You look at Sundowns, they took a very big risk in changing their whole plan and going with Cardoso. What type of risk now do both clubs then have if a coach was to leave now?
Firstly, with Orlando Pirates, you're running the risk of starting from scratch. The reason why I say starting from scratch is because as much as the philosophy of the team is there, but the coaches that come to Orlando Pirates, they all have certain different beliefs in what they want from the team. So you get a Ouaddou who's going to come in, mess up the first 2-3 games. And now you're going to go get a Ouaddou who's going to mess up the first 5 games. You've already lost the league if you're competing with Sundowns. You don't lose the first 5 games. Once you lose 5 games, it's gone. It's over. It's chai. So that is how it's going to destabilize them. As much as, yes, he might not top and get another quadruple, but another treble, but what you want is you need that consistency to say, at least we can compete consistently with this coach. The conversations in the dressing room is still the same. So that is what would set the team back. In terms of Sundowns, as much as people think Sundowns is plug and play, Sundowns actually had their preseason while playing. They had a preseason while playing in the league. So now it's going to affect them as well. Yes, they've got the experience. I agree. But now when you bring in a new coach, what is the goal that you set for that coach? Sundowns is a high achiever. It's like an A student. Now you're bringing someone to come and do more when the student is an A student. I mean, it's a challenge on its own. So now you're creating something that is going to drop the team firstly. And you look at the squad of Sundowns. It's not a squad that is going to be there in the next 5 years. So what is actually your plan as well? Where do you start rebuilding? Who are you introducing? And these are the things that probably Cardoso already knows and is already working on. And now if he moves, now you have to find someone that is going to say, I don't believe in Allende. Or I don't think this guy is, And now you have to start from scratch. Now you're going to find someone and this is why OT, to increase another point here is, this is why you don't let coaches buy players. Because the coach is going...
You're going to take me down another road, Martinez. For time. We're
Yeah,
gonna have that conversation. Yeah.
but I do have breaking news. I don't know if anybody knows it. Yeah, probably you will be the first one to know.
Yeah, man.
I've said it here in your live. Yeah, from a very credible source.
Yeah.
Coach Ouaddou is leaving Orlando Pirates.
Well, Lele.
Yeah, he's going home to France to spend time with his family.
Well, Lele. For the holidays and then coming
Yes.
back or for good.
For the holidays. I got you.
Guys, please follow Maginator. Please follow Maginator. I'm gonna come to one of your lives also.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Maginator.
Thank you.
No, Pella, the last time, remember the last two Pirates coaches that said they were going for holiday never came back, by the way.
They never came back.
By the way, but anyway. Thank you, Maginator.
Thank you, OT.
Okay, guys, this is what I'm gonna do. Let's continue with Ouaddou, Coach Cardoso. Then we'll speak about Coach Ouaddou tomorrow, because I've got a similar vein of questions that I want to ask. So we'll stick to Coach Cardoso today, and then we'll go into Coach Ouaddou and his treble and all of that tomorrow. Tyler,
OT.
how are you, Tyler?
I'm good, OT. How are you?
Oh, estás bueno, Bani. Estás bueno, Bani, Tyler.
You know, OT, hey, today I woke up and I was like, hey, I could be cheat downs today, yeah?
Estás bueno, Bani, okay.
Cheat downs today, yeah?
Okay, estás bueno, Bani.
I think this you are vindicated, OT. Or you are vindicated. You've been saying season throughout the season. OT, this style nifunayo, is it applicable now with CAF? And you fought with people, different people, OT, and you are vindicated today.
Whoa. Can I just jump in on that point, Tyler?
Yes.
Wait, I have been attacked by Sundowns fans. I have been attacked. They have been attacking me all day.
You've seen something, OT. I think you know your football. You've studied and you've seen it. No, man, guys. This whole thing, it's not won based on how you play. There's a certain way of playing this thing. And this coach and management, the Sundowns, understood that assignment. They've seen what you've seen, and that has made Cardoso to be attacked OT by a number of people, even in Flemington, because they studied this thing. They've seen what you've seen now, OT, and they're like, okay, who understand this thing? This coach has been in this thing for 2 times, and he has failed 2 times. You give him the material, there's no way, and these guys that we have here, all of them, they failed. It means if they failed together. So if you put all these people in one place and you say, come, let's go for it. This guy has failed this thing twice. Just imagine the mental strength for him to go back again and redo it. He failed with Sundowns. And then, and Ebatata abo mokwena OT now having failed come quarterfinals, come semi-finals. It tells you about the mental strength Saka Cardoso. Coming back here, being appointed, being criticized by the media. He even said it himself. When he was interviewed, this reminds me of the first time when I got to South Africa. In this moment, I think about the question I was put in by the journalists in South Africa. Where are you coming from? Being attacked, it's not Shushan and Piano, this thing. Even that final, it was not a good final. But
it doesn't have to be good.
The mental strength, OT. Abo Mokwena are patching themselves. Abo Cupido, they've got. It tells you about this guy's mental strength.
Can I ask you, Tyler? Can I ask? Okay, before that, Masandawana Lutlwile, please. Now I've been on the side of Sundowns for so long. It's like
no, you are
the side
vindicated.
of Cardoso.
You are vindicated.
The way I am being sworn at. But anyway.
You are vindicated, my brother.
Tyler, Okay, on a serious note, what does this say about local versus international? Because we've watched two coaches now come and do the impossible, or what we saw as impossible. Coach Ouaddou comes in, first season at Pirates, he's got a treble. Coach Cardoso comes in, second season at Sundowns, he's already taken them to a final, now he wins the Star. What does that say about international coaches and our local coaches? And nebashotangani?
I mean, we had this conversation before. You know, the issue of Ilendoga of not wanting to vary your play, OT. I think also when internationally, you see, Sundowns has won this thing. There was something you once raised, and still today, to me, that thing still in my mind, Gucci. Do we study our football? You know, if we are saying Sundowns, there's a Mokwena, for an example. Mokwena has played almost every single match in this country that you could think of. But for Bafana, why are we not studying Tebza? When does he sleep? What does he eat? You know, his recovery plan. That's a 6. You know, at 10, why don't we study that 10? Like 10 when's on? Where is the book that studies these players? Where is the book that studies Mudao? Or an article that studies Mudao? This is how he recovers his, so that we bring we have a certain style of players, a country where we can learn from. You know, there are scholars in this thing. When OT, you've got doctors in this thing. Why are we not learning? Okay, Sundowns has won this thing. Okay, let's learn how did they win it? They were not great team. Even Naguma group stages, they were not a great team. They were not. But they managed to come out. Why? Because of a certain style, a certain understanding, and a certain mindset. A certain mindset that was not there during the Rulani. Maybe that's what they missed, our Rulani. Psychologically. How do we study those things? How do we vary our play to meet a certain standard in Africa? Because we know, in Africa, when you play in Africa, this is how they play. How do we vary those play? We've seen that when OT happening with Sundowns, applying those tactics to win a certain games in Alaba with PSL. While they were not a great team, but they could win those matches. They delay certain, there's a certain time in the game where they delay the play, where they do certain things for them to win those games. Why are we not studying that? And that becomes a guide for the next generation of coaches in our leagues. This is how you win, you know. So there's a big problem in OT. We are stuck in our own way of believing things as a country, and we think it's the right way. And there are people from outside who comes and show us, no. There's another way. Right?
Do you think with the style of play, let's say if Sundowns were to continue with the style of play, or what certain Sundowns people say is a breakdown of the play, do you think that it will ever be accepted?
Not in South Africa. Not in South Africa, because in football year to an OT, from grassroots, now you know you've played 4-4-2. You've played 2-2-2. You played two-sided. We enjoy that flair. You know, it has to do with how we have been raised up. It has to do with what the index, happy index of the country.
Yeah,
What
the
is it?
happiness index.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to do with that. You know, it's so psychologically. But you can vary play to incorporate those things, but play smart. You know, I think that is what is needed in our football. How do we bring these international coaches down to our grassroots level to develop our play to meet a certain standard? I mean, you've seen it, OT. Look at Bafana. They got exposed by Panama. Why? Because of lack of development, lack of game management, you know. and you are going to the Club World Cup, you don't have that. Uzobizwa bo Mufokeng, uzobizwa bo Tito Masangai, uzobizwa bo Sibisi, uzobizwa all these Pirates players that are playing Amoma Casey and Chipa United, and then you come and say you won the league. Come on, guys. Come on. We are talking about 100 million in the bank account. These guys are about to play Club World Cup. Club World Cup. They're about to play Super Cup. Right? They invest their money and their money comes in triple, in fourple time. Don't tell them about 37 million that you've won. Right? Bobby Zoma Mkhehleni and what. Come on, people, man. The standards are not the same and they will not be the same. This is the most successful team ever in South African football. They've got a second star and they're about to play in the Club World Cup second time in a row.
Confirmed. Done.
Confirmed.
No
when
points.
How much is that? How much are they getting out of that?
Hey, there's a lot. I don't know what it's going to be next time. I know that they've got
Come on,
$6
people.
million from this.
And then you have Hugo Bruce who doesn't take Kekana and Cupido and Matthews. And you're like, what the hell? Kanti, what are we doing in this country? You are running an international football based on your feelings. Every time you insult our football. These are players that are playing in the highest level. Your first selection starts from there. The whole back line, you take it as it is, including the midfielder. Then you add again Abo Police Bako, Abo Mufokeng, Amuburim, you are running with no intentions. You can do that. No, man, this is not right. You cannot run South African football based on how you feel. It can't be.
Tyler, I don't want to fight today. I've been fighting too much.
We must talk the truth. Don't tell us about parades, please. We're talking about international football. Parades must go and prove themselves in Africa. They failed about Betwa Mukoko, and now they're coming and conquering Abo Omomukesi. They are telling us that they are champions. Abo Mukesi. Come on, man. Come on.
For time.
International players, Bafeti. International players. You cannot compare Mufokeng with Mokwena. You can't. And you're going to give him the player of the season, football of the season. He's the football of the season.
Tyler, there's lasers on the pitch now. There's bottles on the pitch. Emma Billy Thong, I'm coming. Tyler, thank you so much. Let me go to Montana.
Hey, OT. Hey, nwenzana mapakani. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, I'm full.
Uzoshaywa ngamapakani. Hey.
Montana, where do you sit, Galenda Cardoso?
Cardoso.
Welcome. Afternoon.
Agent, we've been on other panel. We were together there. Cardoso, I think somehow is a cat. The guy has got 9 lives.
Keban.
I will give him 40 out of 100%, 40%. He still have to prove. I have reasons.
Okay.
The guy, you lose 3 cups, MTN. Don't get fired. You play ugly football, so-called ugly football. You don't have a soul. You lose the second cup, you not get fired. I'm talking about Sundowns standards and the expectation that you know. You lose a third cup, still you don't get fired. To come to the end of this, and you tell Wangamanzi, the fans are stopping the bus, not once. I'm calling for Klopi's head. Imagine, OT, you have a company and the workers are not happy. They want you to get fired, not because you didn't give them bonus, because they are just not happy on how you run things.
Okay.
So hence I'm saying, but at some point, the guy could have been fired long time ago.
Yeah.
The pressure that was there. The fact that the 60% I'm giving to the Sundowns management. That 60% for sticking with the guy through thick and thin. They stick with him through insult. Some of the fans, they even said we're gonna boycott going to the ground.
Yeah.
That was hard. I remember seeing Umfana Katlopi was crying literally on the stands. I think they lost to Nedbank, somewhere there.
Okay.
You could see the pain. Don't tell me at some stage he was not tempted to fire the guy, because the pressure was overwhelming. So I would say Cardoso, for me, I can't say you are a good coach for winning a cup, and the same coach that was complaining about the fatigue. So the ratings have dropped, where he was complaining about you just won one cup and you are competing with Cup A1, you lost all the cups and you were eliminated early, and then you come, you complain, my players have fatigue, you can't manage your team, you're playing mokwena each and every game. So that for me was one of the things that turned me off about Cardoso, the complaints, and especially the unnecessary ones.
So
I'm giving him.
No, I wanted to ask Montana. So just so that we know, then who are the coaches that you would put above 60% maybe?
PSL?
Yeah, in general.
Betway?
In general.
In general, how?
Yeah. Like, if I get you're saying that Cardoso's got 40% because of, the league and the cups and things like that. I just want to know, just so that we have that comparison, who then are those top level coaches for you then that are above, let's say, 60-80%?
I will give Ouaddou. I would give Ouaddou a huge credit. I would give him 70%. Ouaddou he has done a lot. Now, even him, I've taken my 30% after when he saw that the league is slipping up, when Sundowns were leading by 2 points, he started to complain about fatigue. I said, oh, there's another excuse.
Yeah.
He want us to feel sorry for him. So I'm not about the coaches always. Because I'm a football fan. Now, I've watched football all over the world. I even said, I've watched my English premiership, hence we say it's the best league. You watch a match starting from Friday until Monday. There's a Monday match. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, you still have a match to watch. Then comes 2 days. The player have been rest. And when you prepare your players, you don't only prepare them for fatigue, you also prepare the team for injuries, for suspension.
Okay.
So all those things, when they come together and you come up with excuses, I'm an Arsenal fan. If Arteta would come as an Arsenal fan and say, no, I didn't win the league because Odegaard and Havertz, most part of the season were injured, and Saka, that's an excuse. So if we talk about a coach that is coaching the Sundowns, Chiefs and Pirates, I expect no excuses. I expect 100% because you signed that contract knowing what you are getting on and knowing the expectations and the commands of our league, because those cups are not going anywhere. They are still there.
Does he get credit for maybe being in a position that no Chiefs, Pirates, or Sundowns coach has been in?
That's where my 40% comes in. He has done a lot, and what I notice about him, it's something that you've said before, that the way he changed, and he was persistent on his changing, the way he took the so-called soul of Sundowns and so, but this soul thing is not winning anything. We are not advertising chicken league in here. My soul is not working.
let me come up with a strategy, a winning strategy, a fighting strategy that will come and say, there's how to take it up. At some point, we're even making a reference how when we are talking about the teams that have conquered the football world, about Real Madrid, nobody can come and say how Madrid play. Nobody. But they have 15 Champions League. Even Ahly are playing dirty football. That's how Cardoso has acquired from coaching those teams in Africa. He learned something that winning dirty. That's one you look up. Even the current champions, our Arsenal, we know Wenger how to use football. I'm sure. I know you are Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
But everybody now is complaining that nobody will remember how Arsenal win. Arsenal is playing ugly. Set piece FC. But the fact remains, the name of the trophy that has been retained is Arsenal, and the CAF final is 2025-26 Sundowns. Nobody will care how they won it, but the fact that they won it, I think it took something from Pitso. Pitso did it very well when he won it. Even if ubuye back door, but after that back door, I think he learned something that winning beautiful doesn't win you cups. Winning ugly will always reward you cups.
Okay, no, for time, Montana, I think you've raised some things that we need to speak about going forward. But for time, guys, I was just trying to also confirm this Ouaddou thing. We'll probably then, it's good, we'll speak about Ouaddou tomorrow. Let me go to Gavin. Gavin, welcome.
Hey, thanks, OT. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, my brother. Where do you sit on this conversation about Cardoso?
I'm fuming by Tyler's comments, but leave the best for last. What I can say is that congratulations to Masandawana for clinching the most important accolade in a continent. First of all, Cardoso has been into 2 CAF finals. Yesterday, I think, was his 3rd one. I stand corrected. Is it?
Yeah,
am I correct?
Yes, 3rd one. Yeah.
Yes. I believe more what won him the game yesterday was experience. If you've been in the same place twice, that time you definitely gonna want to get it right. I think he went back, looked at the mistakes that he made on the previous finals, and he corrected those mistakes. I think that was the most key, important role that made him clinch the CAF final. And the squad was very good. That game had very important moments. Players like Mokwena showed up when it was necessary. William stepped up when it was necessary. And that's how Sundowns won it. There's no doubt about it. There's no going around about it. They deserved it, the way they played. Coming back to media training, Cardoso needs serious media training. A coach at his level, each and every game, he complains. He always have excuses, fatigue, PSL fixture, this and that and that. You understand? We're not saying a coach shouldn't complain, but you can't be doing it every game, my brother. You know the funniest thing, even yesterday after he won the CAF, he still complained about the PSL fixtures. You understand? So I believe there are certain things that can be discussed in the boardroom. Understand that there are certain things that you can discuss in the media.
Could you argue that there is a thing for Sundowns because Coach Pitso was like this, Coach Rulani, especially towards the end of the season, was like this? Do you think that maybe it's just, I guess, a trait of those who are successful at Sundowns?
Tyler, when you're getting a big check, my brother, the only way to protect your job is to point fingers at other people. I'm telling you right now. The only way for you to protect that big paycheck is for you, because I can sense Cardoso was panicking, especially after the Betway Premiership, after the game of TS Galaxy. That's when he saw that the curtains are closing. There's only one left that can save me, and it's CAF. So he started coming with excuses so that if he doesn't win it, all the blame will go to whatever that he has been complaining about. My brother, I'll tell you.
Before we move, is he wrong for that? I mean, the league look into supporting the teams that are Champions League bound, that are doing well on the continent. I mean, next season we might even see AFL come back, expanded AFL. So that's going to put pressure. Should the league, and this is just a separate question, not just for Sundowns, let's say for any team that's going to the Champions League, should the league make those concessions for those teams? Or try?
They must. Tyler, listen, there are certain stakeholders.
Cardoso is... Tyler.
Not Tyler. Tyler, you just made me angry, OT. You know what? Why taking OT? Okay, I'm sorry about that. It's just that his name is just on my head. But okay. OT, there are relevant stakeholders that sit down with the PSL board. From each team or each club has a representative. When a fixture is decided and when the fixture is tabled, they sit down. You understand? I don't think it's something that just gets decided out of the blue and say, no, this is they sit down and the key club representatives, they agree on all those fixtures. You understand? And I believe that whatever, and the most important thing is Patrice Motsepe's speech after the TS Galaxy game when they lost to TS Galaxy. Patrice gave credit to the leadership of the PSL, to the chairman, Manto. You understand? I think Patrice understands the business more than the coach. The coach understands the field business, not the technical, you understand, not the boardroom side of it. So I believe that whatever fixture that was scheduled for Sundowns with the CAF and the Betway, it was agreed by both parties. But Cardoso, since he feels the pressure is mounting on him, he starts pointing fingers. But not taking anything away from him, Cardoso is a good coach. Very, 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 very good coach. And we congratulate him. But what saddens me the most is that we find people like Tyler that can't celebrate their success without mentioning Orlando Pirates. You understand? It's bad. OT, I'll tell you one thing, my brother. If it's not teams like Orlando Pirates promoting these young boys from the DDC, what will happen to the future of South African football? So is he saying that all teams must resort to buying all international players to compete in a South African league? The aim is to build. The aim is to grow. The aim is to nurture these young boys. Pirates is giving hope to boys from the streets, blaming dusty streets from Sebokeng, Soweto, and everything that... There is hope for you that tomorrow you can be a star. We'll give you that opportunity. So,
sure. So can I ask you, should the teams care about that? Because, I mean, I could probably say the same thing about coaches, that Mamelodi Sundowns trusted the internal coaches. They've trusted a lot of South African players. They've trusted that it wasn't getting them over the line. At some point, when do you go, guys, I understand we need to look at the country, but we also as a club need to go look at our own ends?
No, Tyler, what I can say, I'm not gonna say international players must not be considered. They always should be considered. You understand? But the problem is when you say Sundowns failed, maybe they said, okay, we tried with majority of local, but we didn't win. The problem is in the team mentoring. It's all about how you mentor your players. You understand? So I believe that what Pirates have been doing is very good. For Tyler to come on this panel and insult players like Mofokeng and insult players like Moremi, it's a disgrace, my brother. It's a disgrace. I'm not going to take anything away from players like Abo Leon, Abo Santos. Yes, they added value to the Sundowns squad. You understand? And they've done good for themselves. I can say that personally. But we should not shy away from promoting those young boys. We should not shy away from looking from our own South African born players so that they can. Mofokeng has played his CAF last season. There's experience, and I believe that next season, if he's still going to be with the team, the boys are going to be gaining some kind of confidence. They'll have experience. They'll become better players than they were the previous seasons when we lost. You understand? So what I can say to Mamelodi Sundowns, congratulations. I'm not going to take anything away from him. And congratulations to Coach Cardoso. His job was saved yesterday. It was very eminent that if he lost yesterday's final, he was gone. And with him, with the pride that he has, I'm telling you, he was going to resign live on TV because that man has too much pride. But congratulations, his job was saved. You must give him a bonus because he's the man that saves his job.
Okay.
Motaung played very well.
Yeah.
You understand? Motaung, you know what? Motaung is a very good player. But I'm very worried about his hands. Motaung likes using his hands. And I'm very worried in the World Cup. We're going to have players that will use that to their advantage, where we'll concede penalties and set pieces. But all in all, Cupido, Ndamani, all those players, it was a team effort yesterday. The boys wanted it more than the coach. I can tell you that. The boys wanted it more than the coach. That's why they showed up on the pitch.
For time,
Thank
for
you,
time,
OT.
I'm gonna jump in. Thank you, Kevin. Hey, Kevin keeps calling me Tyler. Tyler, I wanna win thing. I told you, you and talking about this stuff is gonna make me catch hands. Now I'm also catching your hands. Question for the comments. Question for the comments. Do we think? Good question, because we like speaking about things and standards as if we've done them before. Is it possible for a South African team to win a Champions League double, a Champions League local trophy treble? Is it possible? And is it something that we can ask for and standard for when we've never seen it? Mamelodi Sundowns was dominating the league for a very long time. Could have won the Champions League. The Champions League, funny enough, is won in the year when they win there's one in the year when they lose the league. Is it possible to do both, or maybe even a Champions League treble? Is it possible? Tell me there in the comments, because sometimes it feels like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'll use my team, Chiefs. When we speak about Chiefs, everybody speaks about going back to the former glory. Everybody speaks that Chiefs should be up there winning the league. Everybody speaks that this and this and this must happen. But the truth is that it's never happened. And the truth is that we've got 4 league titles, for example. Chiefs at 4. Pirates is only adding their 5th one now. 5 out of 30. 1/6. So even when you talk about your coaches must go for it and it's the standard and it's required, where does requirement meet the actual action? Because even Cardoso, think about it. Cardoso won the league last year, record-breaking year. Cardoso got to 2 finals. Those 2 finals are 2 out of 3 finals, possibly 4 if you count the others that Sundowns has been in. So is it a fair requirement to say, guys, where now when you walk in, your job is to take the league and win the Champions League and win domestic and do this and do that? It's never been done. Orlando Pirates can speak about a treble because they've done that before. Maybe you can say, look, they're one of them and rulani and Manqoba were able to do that. So maybe it's something that you can hold against them. But can you hold something against them that they've never done? Like, can Chiefs fans walk in now and say, Coach wethu kumele win i-Champions League? Coach wethu, it's fully Champions League. Never won it. We don't have a star. So what happens then? Anyway, that was for the comments. Let me go to Amu. Amu?
Yes, Braoti, good evening, and also good evening to the panel, Braoti.
Must be a good evening. Hey, Tina, it wasn't
Yes,
good.
it is. Braoti, allow me to say you are the best sports analyst. Ne? I put you in the caliber of you will see the bold and the beautiful, ne? Pumuzo manage.
Yeah.
You are in that class of Kujo Omango, may so rest in peace Nabo, the bold and the beautiful by analyzing football.
Thank you,
Braoti, you are the only guy who said who supported Cardoso, where everybody, even the fans, will say that Cardoso is not a good coach. Number one, Braoti, no coach is perfect. Coach, they always complain, Braoti, and some other coach. I love Pitso, I love him so much, but they also give him a nickname what is a cry coach. You understand, Braoti? Because of like he do complain, he is a human being. Number one. I don't want to get into Pirates, as you say, we're gonna talk it about tomorrow. Even the Pirates supporters were complaining about what won't touch that. Let me leave it for tomorrow.
Hey.
But now I want to talk about yes, Cardoso and my respect. This is the most prestigious cup trophy in Africa. Why I say that? It put you to play Super Cup. It has a lot of money also. And then also big bonus. Uzodlala nabo Messi, nabo Manchester City, whatever. Club World Cup. You see? So Cardoso has done it, guys. It's time to say congratulations to the coach. You see? So what I can say, Cardoso has experience and he was losing those finals. But what I can say now, he has done it. You see, there is no pain without gain, as we see, we know. Yeah, losing final, it makes you to be strong. You understand? He has an experience of this caliber. So what I can say now, Cardoso, to be honest, you are the only guy, Mr. Oti, who supported him. I've been in lives, many lives, bro, Oti. I can hear even the supporters, some fans of Mamelodi Sundowns mocking Cardoso. Even now, he took the CAF. They are saying he should have won a league. Come on, bro. You see that league? It was not tough for Cardoso to win that league. It's just that Pirates were too good, but it's just a 1 point, bro. And he was about to win it. He was about to win that league, guys. This guy deserves it. And Sundowns has been winning the league more than 8 times now. 8 times now. So now they were focusing on this CAF. He's just handed over now, Cardoso, guys. This coach deserves much respect. And I love what Braoti seconded him most of the time. And I do respect you for that, my brother. You are a good analyst, yes.
Firstly, thank you for the compliment. Secondly, I hope the people who are in my comments all this time after yesterday with the videos I made, I hope you guys are watching. I don't want to say too much because we were the ones sitting here saying, agent is going to come in just now. We were the ones sitting here saying, Mara guys, is Cardoso that bad? Isn't he good? Is he what? Anyway, I want to ask you, when it comes to this thing, Cardoso,
yes,
will his football ever be respected and accepted? Or is it a case where he's going to be fighting the whole time? And does that change what Sundowns does going forward? Because maybe they go, if we're bringing another foreigner, we're going up another uphill battle. You know, do we go back to local? How do you see that playing out?
Okay, thank you for that. Majority, they wanted to win this cup. He will be respected. The board of Sundowns, they will respect him, my brother. They will respect him, even the players. You could see mokwena, they were fighting. Even Motaung, let me talk about Motaung. Motaung cried when they lost. Remember what they lost to Pyramid? Motaung cried, I nearly cried, Braoti. Because I'm a Chiefs fan, but when Motaung was crying, he needed this cup, and he was playing a lot, Motaung. You understand? And even the errors for that guy, Van Lona, I'm coach with defender, he scored an own goal during that time, or rulani. Mvala. You see, the players, they were angry, Braoti. Sundowns needed this. They will respect him. Yes, and a respect from Mamelodi Sundowns, from all the teams in PSL. Because why? Now we got 2 stars. You understand? And some we don't have. Even my team doesn't have. Guys, we need to respect. It's to respect. It's not mockery, but it's to respect when it's due. Come on, Braoti. We need to respect when it's due. They will respect him. You know why? The management of Sundowns, I know, Braoti, these are facts. These are my facts and opinion. In the board, they were saying that we have won league many times, but we need this. Even the players know. They need this.
Somebody was fired, and the press release said it's because he didn't win this cup.
You see, that's the truth. So I want to tell you the truth, Braoti. He has delivered now. These are past tense, or Cardoso, or what, or now he has won it. That's the positive side. And he will earn respect to Dr. Patrice Motsepe and Dr. Klopi. Even the board, even Alex Chakwan, he needed this. Ask Mamelodi Sundowns supporters, they will tell you. Mr. Alex Chakwan, he needed this more than people. You see? And what I love with the fans in Mamelodi, they were speaking, I've heard them, Mr. Alex Chakwan needed this. and he delivered. So you need to respect.
Please
Did
tell
he,
them.
did he stole it? Braoti, did he stole it? No.
Please tell them
He
who
won
Alex
it
Chakwane
fair and
is.
square.
Please tell them who
Fair and
Alex
square.
Chakwane is, because I know there's some 2000s who don't know who Alex Chakwane is.
Yes. Yeah, you see, that's why I get it. Braoti kunama 2000. That's why they support when Sundowns wins. That's the problem. You understand? They want to see Sundowns also win. How can you be a champion? You always win. They must beat you to be like to show that you are a strong champion. Is it not so, Braoti? Sometimes you must lose to show that you are a strong champion. A strong champion, Braoti, you can lose 2-0, and in the dying 5 minutes, you can score 3 goals and win. That's a champion. Yeah, you must have scars. That's the truth. So we need to honor this guy and respect him. You see, Braoti, and Braoti, the mentality arise from foreign or whatever. No, we know even Europe, Pepe is not from England, he's from Spain. But it's winning, Braoti. You see those things, it's winning. Come on, guys, don't try to come with your Kulula and Kalala. Don't try to come with a cheap chalk or Leon is from Colombia, whatever. No, even Chiefs, they play with what Torel, but unless Tina Statama drop out. Now we want that guy from Sundowns. He's relegated now. He wants Chiefs, low and low, speed point. This speed point, Braoti. He cast Sundowns. Now he's relegated. Now he wants Chiefs. A prodigal son, speed point. We nest that child, Sundowns nest that child and bring him. Now he cast Sundowns. Now he wants Sundowns back. Come on, guys. We need to say, Cardoso, you have done it, my brother. And that's it. Losing, it was a pain, so that you will feel the pain inside. So that when you win, you also know that winning is nice, so that you can win more. Is it that so, Braoti?
No.
Yes. Tomorrow I'll talk about what.
Okay.
Yes, Braoti. Because of time, Braoti. Let me sum it up, Braoti. You are the best, my brother. Keep on doing this, my brother. And what I love with you, you are the only guy, my brother. I've been many panel who supported Cardoso, who saw something we didn't see. To be honest, we need to give credit. Naki ubeka bo the bold and the beautiful to analyze one day. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Agent, are you okay going last?
I can go last. Let me take this call then.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Rista.
He must. He don't have a choice. He knows that. He don't have a choice.
Welcome. What do you think of this conversation? Yaga Cardoso.
How do you call me first? Do you think you cannot call me Rista?
Oh, sorry. Double African champion. Rista 2-star holder.
Now you're talking, my friend. Now you're talking. Yes. Really, I really fail. So when someone giving a flower, someone that analyzing Mamelodi Sundowns, because Mamelodi Sundowns, no need to analyze, because you may think when you're analyzing Mamelodi Sundowns, you are the best. No, you are not. You are not best analyst, because Sundowns is like, come on, open book. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? To me, no. If you know football, Sundowns is like open book. Come on. You can strongly get to analyze Orlando Pirates, Magesi, Kaizer Chiefs, and then we can give you flowers. And then, you are good analysis. Yeah. But to come with Sundowns, no, come on, guys. Those guys are clever. You can see that even Butakuto is difficult to analyze Sundowns. Yeah. Bratio.
Yeah.
You know, man, when I'm talking about Cardoso, this is my father. You know that. I think even my profile picture, you know me with the profile picture. Oh, that guy is... you won't find that guy anywhere in the earth.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie. The only signature that I have is also Pitso and him on that cup, the signature I have. Only those two guys. I don't see another guy at all. I think when I'm saying that, I said I said all. I don't know. What else you want to say to me?
No, but I
None.
wanted to ask you about, not everybody looks at Cardoso that way. Not everybody looks at Cardoso that way. What do you think was the cause of people not being able to take him seriously? And even now, I'm hearing that some fans are saying Champions League is not enough. He needs to go back and win the league in order for us to take him seriously. Let me see, why do you think that exists, Rist? Hey, I think we might have lost to Rista there. Oh, when you touch my phone call, let me put someone in. Close it. Let me put someone in. Before we go to Kondisile, guys, it's a green screen. It's a pop-up green screen. So if you see some parts that are a bit shaky, it's where my light is not lighting properly there. So that's why it looks grainy at times, Peto. Let me go to Kondisile. Kondisile, welcome.
Mister, how are you?
I'm good, and you, my brother?
I'm good, man. I might have missed the topic, but I think you speaking about what has Cardoso earned your respect?
Yes.
I'm a Pirates fan, and I love football more than being a fan. And to be honest,
Ow. And then? Guys, what's going on? What's going on at the end? What's going at the end? Okay, let me see. We're gonna get Rista back. We're gonna get Tiseto in. We're gonna try get Kondisile back. Okay, let me first see if Kondisile, if we can hear you properly. My brother,
yeah, can you hear me now?
What happened, my brother?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
you were going on. Yeah.
Yes. I'm saying I'm a big fan of football more than a Pirates fan.
Okay. Hey, man. Kondisile, still with me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
All right. Yes, I think Cardoso is a good coach, to be honest. Very good coach. I like him. And I think, but at some point he get confused where when he's losing, he tends to be more of a fan than becoming a coach. I don't like his attitude when he's losing.
Okay.
And I want him to be a coach and let us be the fans and judge and say whatever we want to say, right? Yeah. But I think I don't understand the style of football for Sundowns anymore. If you look at, of course, we're gonna compare. You look at Sundowns of Mokwena. I've never missed even a single game for Sundowns when Coach Mokwena was coaching Sundowns.
Yeah.
And just because of the football that Sundowns was playing at that time. And I would say he's a successful coach just because I think the goal was just always to win the Champions League at Sundowns.
Yeah.
But for a big team like Sundowns not to get any domestic cup and everything, it is a concern for me. But I think if they can give him another season, we'll see another beautiful football in South Africa. But
is it fair to ask that from him? So would the expectation be that you retain the Champions League, you win the league, and you win a cup?
When Rulani left, it was just because of the CAF Champions League. I think he had won domestic and all these kind of things. I don't think it would be fair when we say you didn't win anything domestic locally, because the goal was always the Champions League.
Okay.
Finally, last season, he won it this season. We should give the guy the credit. He has completed what Sundowns wanted. We all know that Sundowns has always been about Champions League and all that. You understand? And they've dominated locally for the past 8 years in terms of the league. I don't think we can judge it. Because last season, everyone said, oh, he won the league, Mangoba won the league, this and this won the league and all these kind of things. We won the Champions League. Now he won Champions League. I think for me, he's still the best coach. And I know Sundowns fans, they've been saying a lot of things about the coach and everything. I'm not pleased about the style of play, but the fact that he has delivered, we should be excited about that.
Do you think the style of play will ever be accepted?
I don't think so. Sundowns fans, I like their mindset where it doesn't matter. We are winning, but it's very, very important the way we win our games because it determines our future. If you look at how Pirates plays, you can tell what's going to happen in the next 3, 4, 5 seasons from now. But looking at Sundowns, the way they are playing, and I also believe that he doesn't really have a plan B. He doesn't have a plan B. But I think if they want to win going forward, maybe they should let him go. But the style of play, I don't think will ever change. Maybe just because he completed the course, we wanted the second star, now we have it. Why can't we let him go if we are concerned about the style of play?
Okay, wait. If you let him go, who do you bring in? Do you look local? Do you still look international? Or is the project back in Zandi?
I think locally, we've been doing well. Locally. I'm not trying to be biased or whatever. I think we have a lot of good coaches. Even if you look at Mangoba, was not that bad. Look at what he's doing at Aros. Look at the style of football that Aros is playing. And you can look all our teams that we have in PSL. Like you enjoy watching locally. I was telling one of my friends, I said, if Barcelona and Madrid is playing and there's local game that is playing, I watch local because it's impressive to watch these boys playing and everything. Not just because I've done anything against foreign coaches and all these kind of things. I think the coaches that we have local, they're playing beautiful football compared to Cardoso. And if Sundowns had to be given to a local coach, my man, we'll see a lot of things. Okay. I'm not saying just because, and I also believe, look, here's the thing.
Very quickly,
Here's the thing. They always look at Pirates, not just because I'm a fan, look at Chiefs. The game that Sundowns played against TS Galaxy, I was so impressed. Was TS Galaxy or Swellel? I'm not sure. I was so impressed where Sundowns had only one foreign player. Only one. I was so excited. And you look at Pirates, local is dominating. You look at all the other teams, including your Aros and all these small teams, local is dominating. And to think that we are more interested in going to World Cup, AFCON, and all these kind of things, and we need local players. And there's a time where we're chanting for arenas to be called on Bafana, but he was not playing. Leon was playing, and Leon was doing well. So we as South African, we are chanting why Arena's not being part of Bafana, but he's not playing at Sundowns.
Okay. Well,
so if they can change that mindset, that belief that they can only be successful when they use foreign players, that mindset, if they can change that mindset.
For time, I want to jump in. Before I let people, Agent, are you live at 6?
Yes, I'm live at 6.
Well, okay. Let me.
But what I can do, I can make it 6:15 to 6:10. It's fine.
Let's go. You're gonna finish it, then immediately you'll go live. Then.
Let me speak now because I want to do. I do want to get.
Okay. You can go.
Yeah, Mr. Oti. When when I say a lady is beautiful, when I say a lady is beautiful, it means, he must be smart, he must have compassion, he must have all those things, man. He must be considerate, he must be learned, and then there's others, when they say lady is nice, he must have, curvature, you must have all these things. So sometimes I struggle, Mr. Oti, to understand the definition of beautiful football, because I live in a world where everything has to be quantified and backed up. That's why I'm giving an example that if you are to ask me what's a beautiful lady, I'll give you an explanation of that. So I don't get when people are saying, even when you ask the question, will his style of play ever be accepted? Which style of play? Because Sundowns still, even in yesterday's game, he still dominated ball possession. Sundowns local dominates ball possession. And I think Sundowns fans are bored to hell with my numbers that statistically, ball possession, goal scored, passes made. He statistically ranks higher than Coach Rulani, Coach Manova, and Coach Pitso. He's way ahead of Coach Pitso, by the way. So I still struggle to see Khati beauty. What does this beauty mean, man? I struggle, Mr. OT. So even when you're asking the question, I still not sure if I get the question, because which style of play would not be accepted, because he's playing the style of play that is Sundowns like.
I get it. People say that it's changed, but I wanted to ask you. Maybe you can help me. Can I shoot in piano? It's okay. And he stole it from where?
Italy, and it's an Italian word. Yeah, it's Italy.
Oh, so it's not okay.
Karabo, I'm in a very good mood today, so let me entertain your. Yeah, I'll be entertained. You see, this thing of hey, I think I know football 10 times better than you, but I'm not there.
Yeah,
I just want to show you, Coach Pitso Mosimane average ball possession was 52. At most, it was 55%. Cardoso is at 66. He scores more goals than Coach Pitso, and he consists less. This thing of supporting Sundowns after the 16. Now I was there when people are saying Pitso football is horrible, when we were dominated by Vets and beaten 5-0 in Bloom. I was there. I witnessed it. You know, so but anyways, let me not go there, man.
When are you going too far? Agent, first things first. Can you please ask the people to respect the Cardoso thing? Because now I've been sworn at, I've been attacked. Now I've never been in Sundowns. I've been against Sundowns. I must go back.
I'm coming there, Mr. OT. I'm coming there. Was Pitso back financially? Hey, the last time I saw Sundowns, I need 13 players. Was under Pitso.
Yeah, no, he unveiled 13 one time. I remember that season.
But anyways, Mr. OT, I had someone saying you are the only guy, so I don't know if I'm a girl.
No, you were there. That's why I said you are also
you are the only guy. But anyways, you know, Mr. OT, like I said, in the midst of celebrations, we the unsung heroes are going to be forgotten. Even tomorrow, when we speak about Pirates, we are still going to be forgotten, because we're here when we're defending Coach Cardoso. I was here, you know, when it was not fashionable to do so. You know, I was here every time, you know. I heard there was another time they called him a content creator. Oh, what a journey. It's been an incredible journey, Mr. OT, because I don't think Cardoso will ever be fully accepted, because I don't think he is seen as sophisticated enough.
Yeah.
Or he's just not loved, man. He doesn't have that blood of being loved, you know. And maybe it's a case of, as Sundowns fans will always love Rulani, you know. And maybe if we can accept that no other coach will ever be as loved as Rulani, maybe the better, you know.
But Agent, isn't it a case of hindsight? Because Coach Pitso was not loved during that time. Especially in the beginning, he wasn't loved.
Yeah.
Remember when we came on to live, when I was here, I did a video and I came on here and we were speaking about Rulani. And plenty of Sundowns fans were coming on and they were saying, no, he must go. He never won the Champions League. Therefore, he must go. Will it maybe be the case with Cardoso that once he leaves, maybe then hindsight will kick in?
True. Remember when Pitso left also, like, he only got regarded once he has left Sundowns, at Ahly. I didn't know Rulani is son of the soil until he left Sundowns. You know, I remember we used to say his feed. We said at the time, Coach Pitso is successful because of Rulani and Mangob and other coaches. And then with the co-coaches, we said group work doesn't help, you know. Yeah. And then after that, we went to Rulani and we only started winning leagues, only no cups. And then we said, co-coaching was good. You know, attacking with Mangoba, and then football with Rulani. And then came Rulani, and he left, became son of the soil. Sundowns was unfair, but at the time, we were told, I was told that Sundowns games are boring, and I said they're tactical. This is why I say you must start clipping us, man, now, because we've been disrespected on this life, man. I've been very disrespected. You must start doing flashbacks, man. Flashback Thursday. But anyways, and then came Mangoba, and Mangoba, we were told that he's not good enough. The same Mangoba that people want back. We were told that he's not good enough. He's playing scope and donor. We're almost knocked out on group stages.
Yeah.
And I remember Coach Cardoso comes in and he is a must win at home. You know, so I think, yeah, you might be onto something to say. Even after he leaves also, people will say, "Ish, there was this coach called Coach Cardoso, you know, a CAF Champions League specialist." And by the way, Coach Cardoso is the most successful CAF Champions League coach at Sundowns ever. Fact.
2 finals and a win.
Has anyone done that? No. So how do you get rid of that, and how do you replace that? You know?
But he must win the league, agent. He must win the league. What use is the Champions League when you lose the league to Pirates? Okay, that's what people are saying.
but he won it last season, you know, in a record number of points. Maybe he has to win MTN 8. You see, if he wins MTN 8, then he can stay. Yeah, MTN 8. But Mr. Oti, let me just say this, man. I think I'm excited, you know, but I think I've realized that peace is overrated. Because now there's nothing, man, I can do. You know, there's no. They say you'll get disappointed when you see the honeypot at the end of the rainbow. I think I'm at the end of the rainbow. I don't know how to feel. I didn't know it would feel this way, man. But I've inner peace, man. I have inner peace. I just wish that I could have welcomed the boys at Tambo, but hey, 10. Some of us. 10. Yeah, 20 past 10.
Are they doing the thing tomorrow morning? Are they going to have a whole thing tomorrow at least?
Yeah, I heard that they're trying to do that tomorrow, Tuesday tomorrow. Yeah, I heard that they might. But how do you do that when people are at work?
10.
You see, yeah. The proposed time was 20 past 7, but I heard that they have to refuel and stuff like that. So that's 20 past 10. So again, not to air dirty laundry, I think it's a bit disappointing that we're even doing a parade tomorrow when people are going to be at work.
Yeah.
You know, why not? And then maybe someone might say, but Saturday players are at Bafana camp. So maybe this is the only chance, to be fair to Sundowns, maybe. But yeah, what can you do?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Oti. I think I'll open around 20 past 9. So we can continue.
I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done here, because guys, Agent is on. For those on YouTube who are asking, Agent 007SA on TikTok. He's gonna be on after this. Okay, I'm gonna let Tisetso come in. Then I'll allow Rista and Kondisi to just have their final chats. Tisetso, welcome. Let me see if I can help you out. Tisetso?
Yeah.
There we go.
How are you, Oti?
Okay,
the number one fan of Cardoso. The number one fan. The only guy that stands behind Cardoso, even ourselves, support of Sundowns, we didn't.
Wait see if you could see my DMs and my comments.
Yeah.
I'm being told I'm sour. I'm being told I can feel the pain. I'm being told, hey.
Oti, you know, as people, was it the game said it's for change. Wanyaga train blue, red, train. Look. To be honest, Cardoso's style size got one rulani, got one pieces, got one lemon. But the fact of he did what other two coaches didn't do.
Yeah.
Beside Pitso.
Yeah.
He came. He fell first final. The second final, we win it. So what more can we add? League, yes, I win, but it was not enough. If Narenyaga League, why would we Roland? Roland Bamtamese because of what? Oh. And Roland Nano Jigile 2 semi-final. And people did not recognize that. We killed 2 semi-final. But Cardoso will final, I fail. And Atlagai, Atlago final also. To with another team. Other final. Yes. And what happens final again? League is not, let's be honest, as supporters of Sundowns, league was not enough for us. Then Kupi Naibatland, that's why Antimopela High. Our created Rasare Cardoso must go. Remember, Peter came, you up task. Rejage task. Kupitori. Remontagama Wotlo. People didn't remember that game. I was there. But because of Motsepe, he knows Urpizo Umanyakala in. Antimopela High. Same like father, like son. If you listen to other people, you don't know your channel, you will never get what you want.
Yeah. So
sometimes we need to change. As you, Untile and our Cardoso is the one for Sundowns. Marofiva Chiefs. And we don't believe in that. So we might not love the style of football. We might not love. Look, Marino do. Ufikiloko Benfica. We change it about CAF Champions League. You might not like the football style of a person, but if that person get the mandate, what you get from go hang out or taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Build 1, 2 so. We build that within a year or 2, but that's the contract. The main contract there, Cardoso, it was bring the second star. That's it.
So what do you think is causing the friction?
No, Bana we should give it like Roland. Bana we should give it like Pitso high too. But the main factor kohore, OT, Honaldi specialist. That's why Marino call it the special one. That's why Marino must have Madrid. They know what is capable of. The stability, the stuff. Namano will let the nah. No matter long as we win league or what, but in turn, Nanya, guess that. I got fairly penalty too. Now, not an exam or fail exam too. Come on. Yeah, we might not like or certain players, I can say, I boosted, but the moment the Batisa Leon come, the aim go in Banyaka in. Anyaka star, they don't care the guy who Reina singing, yes, they're performing, yes, certain players do drop off from bafana, but the fact of Sundowns, the budget and everything, to never batlanking. Stop. They got it.
Yeah.
The rest will come. And remember, Oti, the man who season only Pitso ayet. The man who adala preseason. Didn't understand. What Clap World Cup, Akuta demand.
No, even the year before, I cried preseason. He came
like Renare supporters we don't see.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying even
but the fact the mandate. None again keep.
Last season I can
is the best for now. Urotli samang he, Kimato Tlisango Sundowns. Lebala Allah, he will be a pitch. When did he comment on Ovanyagama? Amanyaga have because of what? They didn't see the vision in Analimion. By one and no, Carby Bakugai, second league. And I might try that thing. So it's the same thing. We rather continue with what we have. Yes, our rather style is yes, we don't love the football league, but the result what it is, yes. We didn't win the league, we didn't win any domestic. But the aim channel Sundowns nailing. Second star.
Yeah.
I will be disappointed if Keversa win a. I will be get head. But the fact or win it, I forgot to league lose it. If you are parity win the league, I gave one it. Certified. I gave one. But the fact of Kohore, the man is the best.
For time,
and you are the only person that owns Mopela.
Thank you,
Yabona?
Patrice. Guys, kupa le commenting ko YouTube man. Bampulaya kwa. Okay, guys, I'm gonna ask Krista and Kondisile to just finish up the points that we're making, and then we're gonna close. But before I let them come in, look, my point, and maybe it's because I'm a struggling Arsenal fan. Maybe it's because I watched beautiful football be thrown at me, and they tell me about beautiful football every day, and they say, hey, Pep Guardiola is afraid of Arsenal because Arsenal is the only team that can do what he does, and this was in the Wenger days, or I'd rather play beautiful football and win a trophy. I come from that. I come from 9-year trophyless. I come from all of those things. So for me, in my head, I've always said, guys, the result is the result. Some people are saying here that, no, it's the players. I give credit to the players. Fine. But the coach, there's no other coach that did this. How many players have come through Sundowns in the 10 years since they won the Champions League? Number one. Number two, guys, end of the day, he's got 2 finals in a row. You have to give credit then at the very least to say, wow, not only did he do something you have not done since 2016, he did it twice. And then he still won. And then the league, guys, okay, again, the league went down to the last day. The league went down to the last day. So Pirates had to win their last game in order to win the league. While they're playing in a final, they've never had a CAF Champions League final that they're doing at the same time. That's how much. In a record year for Pirates, not only did Sundowns take it to their last day, in fact, you could argue it was in their hands at some point, but they took it to their last day and they're playing in the Champions League final. That's insane. That's why I was saying that I think sometimes our standards are funny because there's never been a coach that has been in this situation. Never. There's never been a coach in SA that has been in that situation. Rulani, by the time final day came, he was out. It was semi-finals. They were outcast semis. That's an extra 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. It's an extra 3 weeks. On top of the fact that last year he came into a mess. Outside coach coming into the Mangoba situation and Motaung and mokwena, coming into that number one. What does he do that year? Record points, record goals, record wins. Goes to the Club World Cup. Doesn't get a preseason. Comes into the league. Oh, by the way, AFCON is starting, guys. Hi, AFCON. Mokwena, I've been running ko AFCON. Mokwena, Bo Williams, they've been ko AFCON. You come back, you still go over 65 points. You still take it to final day. You have to play your final day earlier because you've got 2 fixtures that are the Champions League final. Come on. How? No one has done it. At least now there's a bar. Now maybe you can say you have a way to speak to Cardoso to say you need to do this again. But how? Which team has gotten 68 points and won and lost the league in the last 10 years? Which team? 68 points, guys. Paris finished 12 points behind them last year, 61 points. Anyway. Rista, very quickly, just to give you your time there. I think you fell off.
What was the question you gave me, Ghana? You asked me?
Me, I've even forgotten. Maybe just give me a closing statement, just a minute closing statement.
Okay, no. I think, let me answer, maybe you will understand. I remember, as a Sundowns supporters, we don't want to change, to adapt the style. That's the only thing that is difficult. We fight with Cardoso. We don't want to adapt because Cardoso come up with a style of CAF. And then we stuck on a Mokwena style. I don't know if you understand me when I'm saying on a Mokwena style.
Yeah.
Yes. That's South African. That's the only problem that we fight with Cardoso. But by the time Cardoso came, I geared myself, I changed myself, my mind, and then I adapt his style, and then that helps me a lot to understand Cardoso very fast. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rista. Kondisile, welcome. Just give me your closing there, because I think it cut.
Yes, no, overall, I think, no, let's give it to the coach. He did well. Looking at the games that he had, playing 3-4 games within 5 days, 6 days, and all these kind of things, of which I don't think it's a problem, because Sana is the big team, so you can't compare Sana with Marumo Kalan. So they had to go through that. And even next season, they have a lot of tournaments to play, so I don't think we have to cry about that. But let alone the league and everything, but the fact that he has delivered what Sundowns needed, so we should give him the credit. I'm not a fan of him, but no one has done it. Sundowns wanted this. They have it now, so let's give the credit to the coach. For now, he is the best coach. Let alone the style and everything is between them and Sundowns, but what Sundowns wanted, they have it, so they should appreciate that.
Okay.
The same applies with Pirates. They wanted the league, they have it.
Yeah.
So no one will ever believe in coach. Even us, we didn't believe in Ouaddou. We doubted Ouaddou. When there was rumors that Mokwena is coming, all of a sudden we saw Ouaddou. All of us like, who's this one now? And he lost the first 2 games. On the 3rd game, we're like, bring the petrol. Let's show him. He must go if he doesn't win. All of a sudden, we are happy. Now he's the best coach and all these kind of things. At the end, we'll forever be fans.
Okay, no, Konisile for time about a champion. Even while you guys, tomorrow I'm coming with receipts, and like I must come with receipts. You know, I did a video at the beginning of Ouaddou's run, and I said, why not Rulani? Why? Anyway. Look, I'll be honest with you. For example, I don't like the Arteta project. I don't like Arteta. I don't like the Arteta project, and it's not personally him. It's about the choices Arsenal made, but he won the league. All of my questions, all of my what, they fall away because he went and did a thing that Arsenal have not been able to do for 22 years. And I feel like sometimes we get so caught up, and this is a conversation on this show we've been having for a very long time, to say, wait, guys, hang on. Maybe the thing we like is not winning. I remember having this conversation with Kululego. I've had it with a lot of people, and we've had it on the show, where I was saying, you keep saying you are better. You keep saying you are more technically skilled. You keep saying those guys have nothing, abeko. But every time your style is tested, every time you clash with those guys, you clash. Do you know what happens? Your style loses. Semis, quarters, semis, quarters. I'm going to liken it to Arsenal. 4th place is a trophy. We've been in the Champions League a record 18 times in a row. What. You play better football, but when it came time for you to be tested, you kept losing. So it's either you do one of 2 things. It's either, 1, you honestly look at your football, your shoeshine, your piano, and all of that stuff, and you say, how do you take shoeshine and piano to the next level? A conversation we've had here where we've said we don't even study our football. I can tell you about catenachos, I can tell you about liberos, I can tell you about registers, I can tell you about all of these different things that they can, even when you look into the history of them, they can tell you that it came from the 5th division in Italy. There was Coach Banban, the father of what. I can tell you everything. But what makes our team strong? Who knows? What makes Mfukeng the player that he is? Zotu Mnandi. We're not going to break it down, for example. So our football often dies because of that. Or you go number 2 and you say, guys, let's go get somebody who's done it. Lest we forget, who beat Rulani? Coach Cardoso. He lost that final. He comes in, first season, turmoil, almost, you guys are almost out of the Champions League. He takes you to a Champions League final while setting all types of records. I've already broken down the other stuff that happened. He comes back the following season, he takes you to a final again. Even just off of that, 2 finals, the only person who's better in terms of Champions League would be Coach Pitso. Would be Coach Pitso, because he won his. He takes you to a final, he wins. We come back out and it's no, he's got a well-oiled machine. Guys, it's his 2nd season doing this. Maybe he's oiling the machine now. Maybe he's oiling the machine now. No, the players have won it for him. Yes, ideally that's what you want. You could argue the players lost it for Rulani. Valid. Always mistakes. Valid. But if somebody does the job, especially a job that you have not done ever since, guys, at the very least, you have to just say thank you. At the very least. At the very least, then you look at Mokwena and say, Antoine, at least this time you didn't choke. At the very least. At the very least, you look at Ronwen and you say, Ronwen, when you've been shaky, he saved the penalty. At the very least. But this thing of now you are questioning this and you are questioning that and you are questioning that one and you are questioning that one. Meanwhile, there's somebody you like who's a genius. Who's a genius. Guys, when I say Sundowns had 7 draws in Rulani's almost invincible season, a lot of those draws came down to a last minute, a defender slipped. A mistake was made by the... Can you now go and say, no, you know, that almost invincible season means nothing because there were draws and there was this. No, you give him the credit. And sometimes all you have to say, if we're being honest, if we're being 100% honest, all you have to say is, I don't like him. Somebody said here, a very good comment. I respect him. I'm not trying to break him down. But maybe I just don't like him on this side. And then you go, okay. But to now come back and say, no, but he needs to go win a league and he needs to go win domestic cups. Guys, which team in South African history, which team in South African history has won the Champions League treble? Just by the way, which one? Which one has won the league and Champions League double? Which one? I'm still not convinced by him. I think Rulani, you can think that as much as you want, papas, but it's a hypothetical. You don't know. And I'm standing here going, very simply, nangu umuntu ophethe trophy. Yazi, this picture is Cardoso holding the Champions League. The picture that's up right now, he's holding it. It's not a hypothetical. It's not okay after 3 years. It's not okay he was trying. It's not okay we're going to project forward. He's got it in his hands and people are still fighting. The thing that Sundowns has wanted. Last night, I was out of my mind happy because I've sat here going, we need South African teams to actually step up instead of yapping all the time about this thing. Step up. Sundowns stepped up. Finally, they won the thing. But in the same breath, now you have people coming back and going, no, but it's not the same. No, but this one. No, but if only this player played. No, but umshishi ngabangenile for 30 minutes. No, but guys, can't you just be happy? I'm celebrating Arsenal. Personally. So I think also we need to move, because I think that's something that also holds us back as South Africans. Every day we want to, we're not even saying to ourselves that, okay, in Toyami it sucks. I need to work on my thing. My thing won Champions League 10 years ago. My thing, mine. And even when it was that time, he wasn't playing that football. My thing. Okay, so can I introspect and make sure that I'm working on making my thing the top thing? I love the Arsenal example because Arteta is not playing Ipola Venga. He won the league. So Nati, at the very least then, if you are adamant about this football of yours and trusting it and all of that stuff, great. Can you hold them accountable then? Love Coach Rulani. Love him down, Coach Rulani. Love him down. I follow him on Insta. I used to love it taught me a lot of football. It taught me a lot of football, that thing. How many finals has he played? How many? How many Champions League finals? And if you do that thing where you separate, no, but he was only head coach for a year. Okay, year on year. One guy breaks all your records and gets to a Champions League final. What happens now? Shembe, you're killing me on time because agent is starting now. Quickly, Shembe.
Yeah.
You see now. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Very quickly.
Mr. OT, his biggest flaw, I'll tell you all the time, Mr. OT. He's not poetic, Mr. OT. He's not a romancer of words. His biggest mistake is not being a bad coach with bad tactics. His biggest mistake, Mr. OT. Though I hate him for not swindling us with word salads, Mr. OT. This is the biggest problem.
That thing, man.
Biggest problem with having managers with great big personalities or managers that bring the big personality into the culture of the club is that when those managers leave, do those things that they brought leave with them, or do they stay and become part of what we've seen with our own eyes? We didn't hear about the type of ball that Rulani played. We saw it. And we fell in love with it. So I think that it's almost like a cleansing was needed, and they didn't do that. You saw Mr. OT, I always tell agent, I'm so jealous of Pirates' PR team because they get it. Tell the story, bruh. You have cameras, you have legends, you have history, you have goals that you want to achieve. You know, for a team that has so many ambitions, they are not telling the story. They are not spoon-feeding us the story. It's such a oversight. Such an oversight. Do you know how much patience Pirates fans have for that team just because they get to see the inside? Like, oh,
engineered patience.
Yes. Oh, that's why they didn't win. Lodge was the problem. Maybe if we get someone who gets him out of here, then this thing will be fixed.
We have a documentary.
And then the documentary
is gone.
When Lodge is
gone, he can't even speak for himself.
You control the narrative.
Yeah.
We need to control the narrative. But I understand Klopp is still young. He will learn. He will learn. For the fact that what he achieved yesterday, right? I do put a lot of him in having faith in some of his convictions, because it could have been so easy for him to disregard Cardoso when it got hard.
Yeah.
When it got hard, it must have been hard to be a Kloppy Motsepe, because everyone is telling you about your father. You're trying to pave your own lane. So everyone's boxing you in their own expectations of what they think you need to be and what you need to do, Mr. So you have no freedom. But like the signs of a great man is that, he sticks to his convictions despite the noise. They stick to the plan, because you have the insights that we don't have, Mr. OT, So I think if these men could have just built a better story around Cardoso, I think it would have been great if this was the Sundowns thing, that every coach that comes in would build a story around him.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a wrestling type of thing. Every coach that comes in, this is our new story, guys. We need to just constantly be fed the story. Otherwise, it's so easy for, people who on social media to say, hi, Sundowns, I would rather not win CAF than lose the culture and heritage of Sundowns, which is insane for someone to say that they would not win. They would rather keep the culture of the club than progress. Something you are not doing. They're telling you live on podcasts, hey, me, I'd rather keep the culture of the club than win ICAF. I won't sell my soul for ICAF. What do you mean? What are you competing for then? What are you doing this for? Don't lie to us, guys. Don't lie to us. You love with some men and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's what I wanted to say. It's okay if you love him. It's okay.
Guys, on that note, Agent is on. Agent is on now. So Agent 007 SA, you can head on over that side. He's live. He's going to be live right now. He's probably live right now. Please support the brother. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. It's 4 o'clock, guys. It's drive time now. It's 4 o'clock now. I had to move it because it's interfering with other things, but it's 4 o'clock now. Drive time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to speak about Ouaddou, who allegedly resigned. Asaz. Bye, everyone.